Hello everybody, welcome to a little bike introduction video, but mostly, I'll be honest, a plea for help. This is a newly received internet bike where they supposedly have dedicated experts at the factory that set it all up correctly. Sarcasm, but no, they did an okay job. Maybe it was an apprentice, I don't know. But yeah, the rear shifter actually is, from what I would expect, working quite well, pretty snappy. But yeah, the front, I get the impression that maybe they forgot to tune it up. But yeah, overall the build quality of this bike is pretty good. The price for the components, that seemed like a very good value for me. I gave up on the local search just because of availability and pricing and all that stuff. So I ended up getting a Radon Solution Sport 9 for just a little bit of a deal from the online seller Bikes Discount in Germany here. But they only have one store in Bonn, and that's way too far away to go test drive, so I just went with it and ordered one. But the size is actually quite good, maybe just a touch too tall, but that's how I got the seat, so yeah. I think the frame size is actually quite good for me. It's 56. But it's not actually 56 there and there. It's a little bit smaller for whatever reason. But so yeah, the rear end works pretty well. The front, I had to end up YouTube, Google fast track mechanic training, and I got it to shift. It wasn't shifting when it arrived in the front, the rear fine, but the front was not shifting. So I played around with the high and low adjuster thingies, and yeah, I get it to shift, I guess, fairly well. I've definitely took some test drives on bikes that I guess people hadn't set up correctly at their shops, and it's shifting better than actually most of those, I would say. But yeah, I really have to jam on the shifter here to really get it to reliably, at least on the street under load, shift up. Downshifts are pretty smooth, pretty good, or pretty immediate, we'll put it that way. But yeah, on the stand it's a little bit easier. I'll demonstrate, but the push operation on the lever, from what you expect, is kind of that sort of clicky part. And if I just use that part of the stroke, the upshifts are on the street pretty much unreliable, if not more likely just to not shift up. But when I do the full stroke on that thing all the way down, which requires a decent amount of pressure because of all the tension there, it actually shifts quite well. I would almost say normal. So really my problem is just the fact that I have to push hard all the way on that shifter, which I just expect is not quite right. But I'm a newbie, so what do I know? Maybe that's his normal, I don't know. So I'm looking for some advice about that, but I will just try to demonstrate it real fast instead of talking. So we're in second, and then we're on the fifth in the back of 10, just kind of in the middle, so I don't fiddle around. So downshift, it's a normal kind of push on the lever. It takes, but it's not the most crisp. Normal shift, that actually went pretty well, but on the stand it's somehow a lot easier. So downshift, a little slow there. I'll do full push on the lever now. So it shifts pretty well there. It's because I have to push so hard, the whole bike's shaking, but on the street, doing those full pushes was really the only way I could consistently do it. And you'll see on the derailleur, I forget what that part's called, that motion, that extra travel on the lever that I have, which requires, it doesn't have that clickiness. That's what I usually found I needed to do to shift up. And like I said, please tell me otherwise, but I feel like that's something to do with the cable tension, which I felt like was, I don't know, yeah, people tell you, oh, here it's should be taut, should be not taut, but I don't know, this is a feel that I mean, it feels like I don't know, I don't have any reference. So I have to figure out, maybe is it something with up here? I mean, I played with this yesterday when I was trying to tune it, and I ended up turning clockwise, counterclockwise, back and forth. I mean, at one point I had it working pretty well. Then I did a test drive and I was like, oh, and then I tinkered on it again, made it worse, and then made it better at some point and stopped doing it. At some point I probably fiddled with this thing, which feels kind of weird, but yeah, it seems like right now it's okay. But if anybody has any advice how this kind of is solved, let me know. The low and high bit, I felt like, according to all the YouTube videos and all that stuff I looked at, I think I have set pretty much correctly, but maybe I have to play with that as well. But if anybody has any advice, it'd be appreciated. Any input on the bike as well, I don't know. Let me know. But thanks for watching, thanks for your time, and bye.